Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video on this wig I made. This is some old hair from KLAIYIHAIR, I think that's how you say it. I have the links listed below, but this is just some hair that we're revamping. So her hair was already previously braided back. This is my sister. Y'all probably seen her before. And I'm just taking some Ghost Bond freeze spray, and I'm just spraying her edges and using a little edge brush to lay her edges down. I'm going in with the blow dryer to just like help lay everything down and get it kind of like frozen in place. So I'm just using a little edge brush to brush it back. Then I'm going in with a little brown stocking cap. You can use beige if you have, but since her skin is more on the browner side, I use the brown stocking cap and it works just fine. If you need to lighten it up also, you can do that too, still with some makeup, but the brown cap works just fine. I'm just cutting some holes over her ears so that I can lay the stocking cap down so that the ears are not covered. I'm just using some Got2b freeze spray, and I'm just pressing it in right on the areas of the hairline so that I can get the stocking cap laid just before her hairline. So I'm just using the Got2b freeze spray for that. Here I'm just adding a little makeup to the back of the frontal, and then I put her under this little hooded dryer thing that I found from the beauty supply, because you know we're at home still under quarantine. So I just put her under that and it dried in about 10 minutes. And here I'm just cutting the excess stocking cap off of her hair with just some little scissors. And you just want to cut it back as far as, you know, cut all the extra stocking cap off. Just want to kind of get it as flat as possible and all the extra off. I went in with some 91% rubbing alcohol. That stuff is scarce to find right now, but I held on to what I had. So I'm using these Janet Collection, the ESHA waterproof glue, and then I'm also going to go in with some that's number 355 Fit Me foundation. I'm just adding a little bit to her stocking cap so that it kind of evens out the color and blends it more in with her skin. And then here I'm just going in with the ESHA primer, and I'm just going to prime the area that I'm going to put the glue on, and that's the glue right there, the ESHA, the waterproof glue. I have the links to that listed below, and it says you only need one layer of it, but I did go ahead and put 3 layers of it on her. I think it will work with just 1 layer, because I believe the first time I did 1 layer, first time I used it, I did 1 layer and it held up probably 2 weeks. So you just want to apply an even layer, and this stuff is kind of thick, so it's not gonna like, it's gonna look kind of cakey when you put it on, but it dries clear and you won't be able to see it once it dries. But it's, you know, more of a white thick consistency, so it's not gonna be like a super thin when you put it on. So anyway, I'm just putting the wig on. I made this wig, but she been having this hair for about a year. It's the Jerry curl hair from KLAIYIHAIR. I'll put the links to that below too, because I can never say that name right. But it's the Jerry curl hair, 3 bundles and a frontal. I'm not sure about the links because, you know, it was a year ago. So anyway, I'm just placing the frontal and I'm getting it situated where I want it to go. And I'm just using my rat tail comb to press it in so that it blends in really well, making sure that there's no bubbles or anything in the lace, making sure it's just laying down completely flat. And I'm going ahead and pulling out the baby hair right now. And also making sure everything is flat at the same time. I'm just doing the same thing to the other side, and I just use some butterfly clips to pull the hair back out of the way, because this hair it's a lot of hair and it's like, you know, really fluffy. So just use something to keep it pulled out of your way. And then I'm going ahead and pulling the baby hair out on this side also. if y'all hear some extra noise in the background, it's because I'm sitting on my patio recording. I just tried to go to the quietest place I can find to record. So you might hear a few birds chirping in the background or something, but it's just because I'm sitting on the patio doing the voiceover. Okay, so here I'm taking a black wrapping strip and I'm just gonna lay down her edges. And then here I'm going in the back and I'm going to sew her back down. So that brown part you see is just the dome cap, and I'm just sewing all that down to the back of her, to her braids in the back. And I just went across one time and I turned around and went back across just for extra security. You really can sew it one time across if you want to, but I just wanted it to be really secure for her. Okay, so now I'm just pulling all the hair out the way so I can get the baby hairs done. So I'm just gonna cut that wrapping strip off, and that's how the hair looks once it's laid. It's really melted into the skin and it blends very well. So I'm just taking some scissors and I'm just cutting the hair down to probably about a 1/2 inch, and then also trimming down her sideburns because I'm gonna, lay her some sideburns also. And I'm just doing the same thing on the other side. I'm just using some little cheap scissors. You don't want to use like your real shears on this hair. So I'm just using like some little cheap scissors and I'm just getting it trimmed up really good, making sure ain't no little stray hairs left. I'm going in with some Nairobi. Y'all know I can't stand this stuff, but since this is waterproof lace glue, I'm using that ESHAGIRL waterproof lace glue. I'm sure it should be okay with the lifting. I shouldn't get any lifting. But even if you do get any lifting, once you tie it down, it should be fine. It'll be stuck back down once it's dry. So yeah, I'm just using a little edge brush, and then here, I have to go back in to perfect them with my rat tail comb because I just get the most detailed baby hair with the rat tail comb rather than that edge brush. But the edge brush is good too if that's all you have. So here I'm just going in with my blow dryer and a little bit of the got to be freeze spray. The freeze spray is optional at this point because it depends if you want those baby hairs to be a little more harder or if you want them to be soft. So I want hers to stay, so I'm using a little bit of the freeze spray, and then I'm using a little bit of oil sheen because I'm going to tie them down again, and I just use the freeze spray, and I don't want that paper strip to stick, or any scarf. You don't want it to stick to the scarf or the wrapping strip. So here now I'm just parting directly across the frontal from ear to ear, leaving a little bit of the frontal to lay over the back to cover the back up, but I'm just parting across from ear to ear because we're gonna do like a French braid, I think is what it's called, like when you braid inside or under instead of on top. So that's the type of braid I'm gonna do on the top, and I'm just parting it from ear to ear. Like that. Okay, you just want to get that back out the way once you finish parting it, and I'm just pulling a little bit down to over her ear to like put it to just cover, the ear part. So I'm just going in with a little bit of the Garnier Fructis mousse. It's for curly hair, but I just need to get the hair wet a little bit so I can braid the hair, easily. Because this hair been sitting up for a long time, so it was pretty dry. So anyway, I'm just doing like a French braid. I think that's what it's called. It don't look like nothing right now, but just hold on. It's going to come together and look real cute in just a minute. But I use that Garnier, the Fructis mousse, just to kind of like help loosen the hair up so I can be able to braid it easily. Because y'all know my hands are old and tired, and sometimes it's hard for me to braid. So I'm just braiding the hair over now. And just like I said, it doesn't look like anything right now, but just keep watching and it's gonna be real cute when I get done. Okay, so that's what my braid looks like once I'm done braiding it. Ain't that turned out real cute? Real cute. So here I'm just like finger combing the hair. This hair is some really nice hair. She's been having this hair a very long time, and it's still held up. The frontal I did have to cut back a lot, but it held up really well. And then here I don't have no spray bottle, and I ain't feel like doing no ghetto stuff to wet the hair, so I just went in with some more of the Nairobi, and I'm just gonna kind of wet it down with the Nairobi, and I'm gonna use a brush to brush the Nairobi through the hair, brush the product through the hair, and then y'all will see how cute it turns out in just a minute. But you just want to use like a paddle brush or some type of brush, denman brush, or whatever you have, a big comb, and just brush the product in through the hair. Okay, so you just want to continue brushing the hair and like finger combing it, fluffing it out to like get the curls more defined. If you have it like the diffuser, you can like diffuse and like get the curls more defined like that with the blow dryer. But I'm just going through with, you know, a little bit more product. Normally I would just use a little bit of water and conditioner and then go in with the Nairobi to lock in the curl. But since I didn't have that, I used just straight Nairobi, and I think I did go back in with a little bit of the mousse also at the ends, just to tie everything together. And then here I just went in with a little bit of oil sheen spray. Only thing I regret, I wish I would have had some of those little gold rings or something to put on the hair, but I didn't. So, but it looked cute anyway. So here I'm just removing the black wrapping strip, and I'm just gonna clean off her forehead, any glue or product that's on her forehead, mostly product from the Nairobi and the freeze spray. I'm just cleaning it off, and then just kind of like, you know, prepping the hair a little bit more. This is the finished look, y'all. Okay guys, if you made it to this point, I assume you love the video. Leave a heart in the comments if you did. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching.